All right, basically race car status there. What's going on today? We are working on the daily drivers. I got a whole pile of parts here for the Yukon, some slotted cross-drilled rotors for the front, power stop. Even came with some toolbox horsepower, so that's sweet. I just went with the standard rotors in the rear, but they are all power stop, so pretty excited about that. Also picked up some hubs here for the front. It's squeaking a little bit, and I don't know, it's probably just the brakes, but the thing's got dang near 200,000 miles on it, so I figured since I'm in there, might as well change out those hubs. Also, I've been driving my truck to work because I sold that Grand Cherokee, and that exhaust system I put on, it rotted out. Well, the mufflers did. So, from Jegs, got some new stainless steel mufflers, so hopefully with them being stainless I won't have to do this again. But first, I'm not moving the Jeep out, so I'm going to be working right here. Got to get the Impala out of the way, but discovered had a fuel leak. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is replace this hose right there. Kids had their first day of school today, so, and they want me to pick them up in the Impala, so that's the other reason I'm fixing this. I could just move it and not worry about the fuel leak. Could just move it and not worry about the fuel leak, but since they want to ride in it today, gives me a good excuse to actually fix it. All right, little girl. Get this little girl. Oh my gosh, get this little girl fired up. Out of the way. Cardboard for the driveway is a huge knee saver. So get yourself some cardboard if you gotta work outside the shop. This should be a pretty simple job. Just got a couple bolts holding the caliper on. You can leave the brake line attached. And then there's a couple, or one Torx screw that holds the disc on. And then we do have to get into that hub, so we'll be breaking this nut off. And I believe there's three bolts on the back side there. So, sweet. Looks like the caliper is on a caliper bracket. So we're gonna have to also pull the caliper bracket off. No big thing. All right, let me figure out my sizes. All right, got those bolts off the back side there. Those are just the caliper bolts. And now I'm just gonna take a big screwdriver and pry it over. Oh, it might even be loose enough. Sweet. Sometimes you gotta get the pressure off there, but sweet. So you can come right off. Set that up there. You don't want to have it hanging on this brake hose. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna get this bracket off here. Oh yeah, baby, those are tight. Tight like a tiger. Oh yeah, it was time. Wow. Don't wait that long, okay? Well, I broke that little dude off, so we're gonna have to zip tie that back down. But this is for the ABS, so you just unclip that. There's a little tab in there you can pry up with the screwdriver. That pulls apart. Got that unclipped there. Oh, we got another one. Okay, gotta undo it there. Looks like I can just spread that apart and pop this off. Sweet. Yeah, I just spread that a little bit and slid it out like that. So that all disconnected. We're good to go there. Figure out what size this is, bust that loose, and then hopefully these aren't too stuck. All right, got all those broke loose. I don't want to jinx myself, but this is some of the easiest wrenching I've had in a long time. And I don't know if it's because everything on that Grand Cherokee was an absolute nightmare, and now this just is easy. But yeah, it's coming apart well. So now do this whole technique. Jam that in there so it doesn't move. Break this guy loose before this hub gets floppy. Yeah, we're moving right along. This looks right, but I thought I bought two. Oh, sweet. It comes with the clip that I broke. Right on. All right, let's get this installed. I thought I had two of them. So that's interesting. I guess we'll replace the other one at another time. This is fun, working in the rain. I'm right next to my shop. All right, be the fun part now. So, front driver's side, ready to rock and roll. Got like a little metal sleeve you gotta pry out of there. All right, got the new boots on. I just used this crescent wrench and kind of slid it on there and tapped it with a hammer. And put a little bit of grease in there for the slides. So let's get this installed. All right, as far as the clips, it looks like it comes with a couple different types. So gotta match up with the old ones. That looks good. So you do want to put a little bit of that grease behind these brackets and where the caliper or the pads touch, and between the pads and the caliper on the pistons on this side. That keeps it from having some brake noise. So get some grease in there. All right, so when you're doing this part, getting the pistons back in, you want to go nice and slow so you don't damage the seal in there or the ABS components. Some say that you should break the bleeder loose, but I've never done that and not had any problems. So just go nice and slow, do a little crank, wait a little bit, do a little crank, wait a little bit. It is going to kind of refill your reservoir, so be prepared for that to kind of overflow a little bit, because it's been filling this whole section, and if you've ever topped off your reservoir might have more fluid than you need. All right, basically race car status there. Sweet. I did realize that lower ball joint's sloppy, so that's great. But we need to replace these, so I think I'll do that at the same time because I'm wanting to go with the Rancho 5000 easy lift. Give this a little more height, and when I go to replace those, take care of those ball joints. But sweet. All right, I'm gonna bust out the other side and then we'll move on to the back. Right on. Side's all buttoned up. They never give you very much of that lubricant for the, you know, brake pads or whatever. So if you're gonna do a lot of this, you might want to pick up just a big bottle. I've had this for quite a while, but then you don't have to try to make that little tiny tube go so far. So, all right, I think I'm gonna eat something and then we'll tackle the rear. The rear should go pretty quick because we're not changing hubs or anything. But yeah, excited to have some better stopping power. All right, back here it's basically the same process, a little different size hardware, but and there's no screw holding the disc on. There is a parking brake that's basically a drum brake inside of this guy. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue, but yeah, start ripping and tearing. Huh. Oh my gosh, I broke my wrench. Pretty thin. Sweet. Now I just got to get this bracket off here so I can get the rotor off. Yep. Nice. Let's go get our new parts. Throw that back on there. All right, 3 corners down, 1 to go. We're cruising. So I'm gonna get that other one busted out and then I'll show you the break-in procedure. All right, just torque down the wheels. This is definitely something where you wanna torque. You always wanna torque your wheels because 1, you don't want your wheels to fall off. 2, it needs to be even tightness because that's what kind of holds that rotor on. And if you don't have it even, you're gonna end up warping a rotor or, you know, wearing it unevenly. And you didn't want to just put all that work into changing the rotors just to have them, you know, wear uneven or warp. So I think we also need to add some horsepower to the shop real quick. I think one of these guys should go on the parts cleaner. Then find a spot on this box. Might fit there. One of the skinny drawers will fit here. Oh, it'll fit there. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Prep. Nice. Not straight, but that's okay. Sweet. All right, let's go break these things in. All right, so here's the break-in procedure. We need 5 aggressive decelerations, then 5 moderate decelerations, and then drive for 5 minutes. So, sounds good. Let's do it. 40 to 10. All right. I just got to drive for 5 minutes and let the brakes cool off. So we'll just drive to Tyler and back, I guess. Well, sweet, that feels good to have these brakes done. So now, hopefully we can knock out those mufflers. The muffler clamps aren't too rusted. It shouldn't take too long. I also don't know if these mufflers are exactly the same length or not, but we'll see. Hopefully it's easy peasy. Oh, that one's... Oh, they're welded. No. That sucks. I didn't know that I welded them. Son of a biscuit. Alright, well, that complicates things. I'm going to measure these, figure out how long they are, and measure my new ones. Alright, got the old mufflers cut out. See how rusted they were. So, I cut the mufflers themselves. That way I can try and cut this part off. So I'm gonna try to get this H pipe out, but the muffler clamps are stuck. And then these, I'll just have to try to trim this metal off under the truck. Just cut some welds, or maybe even cut just right along the weld. I'm just trying to go through this muffler, which is outside the exhaust tubing. That way I can hopefully slip this sheet metal off, and then the new muffler will slip on. Just picked up the girls in the Impala. That was fun. And I got this out right before I left. So this is the H pipe that I built. Got another video for that. I'll link it right up here. It's a pretty fun little project. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get these welds cut off and get this little piece of tubing from the muffler off of there. And then I got to do the same to the tailpipes. All right, so I just cut shallow all the way around that weld, and now kind of using a screwdriver tapping that thing off of there. Then I'll wire wheel it so I've got some fresh metal, and put the new mufflers on there. Sweet. Do that one more time, we'll be ready to rock and roll. Alright, got these all positioned how I want them. Should be able to weld them up solid, and it actually looks like I've got enough length. These mufflers are a little bit longer that I can just cut the pipe off under the truck and not have to deal with, you know, cutting around this weld, and I'll have enough engagement. So I do need to get a couple more muffler clamps for that end because I busted them, but it's all good. These are shiny. I'm stainless, never ever gonna rust. Alright, well I'm out of wire, so I guess I'm gonna finish this project tomorrow. But found out that another part came for another project, so let's see if the girls want to help me out with this one. Alright, here's the other project. Sorry about the wind, there's nothing I can do about it. But we need a new pull starter for it. So Ainsley's pulling off the old one. See, we had like a little makeshift bolt and it stopped like retracting, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. But anyway, those 4 bolts out and then slap this guy on there. And then we got to figure out the brakes because it currently doesn't have brakes that work, which can be an issue, but You just kind of drift and call it good, right? I just missed it. She pulled it and got it started. Did you unchoke it? Okay, now try it. There you go. You gotta let it warm up a little bit. Okay, so start it again. No, I don't think you have to choke it again. Just let it sit there and run for a minute. Try again. Ooh, I'll choke it. Just let it run for a little bit. There you go. The helmet fits you pretty good. Mom and I are shopping for a bigger four-wheeler for you. Nice.
But you know what would be funner? Is to grab the headlight side. And I got
Oh, we're looking for some other four-wheelers. All right, got some welding wire. I got these all welded up. They're ready to stick under the truck. And then plus I got a guy coming to buy the trans. So I got my pan off, put this other pan on. And then since I had some custom transmission lines, I had to get my fittings off there. But yeah, he's building a little CJ5 or CJ7 that's got the quadra-track and needs a trans. So hopefully this will get his Jeep going and back on the trail. It should be sweet. And yeah. All right, let's get these mufflers under the truck and see what we got to do to the tailpipes. Yeah, should be able to hack that off right at the weld with the Sawzall. Might have to grind the tube down a little bit, get that weld off there, but sweet. All right, got them in there. Some flux core garbage welds, but it's all good. Found a clamp on the shelf, so that's sweet. I need to grab one more for this hanger, but it'll be all right for the meantime. We gotta see what this thing sounds like. I like it. I was afraid they were gonna be loud, but they're not too bad. So it's exactly the loudness that I want for a tow rig, I think. So, sweet. Well, we worked on the Yukon, got some power stop brakes on that thing. That rig is gonna end up being my daily. We're gonna try to get Allison a newer Yukon XL or Suburban, so we got a little more storage space behind that third row. And the thing is, I know pretty much everything about that Yukon, and because we've had it so long, we bought it with it like 80,000 miles on it, and now it's got 190. It's so easy to work on, so I think it'll be a good rig for me to drive. It's good in the snow and plenty of room to pick up the kids and stuff. So probably be seeing more of it on the channel. I want to, every time it needs something, I want to upgrade. Like I know it's going to need a trans here before too long, and I'd like to set it up to be able to tow the boat and stuff. So maybe we'll get a monster trans. I don't know. Yeah, it needs shocks, it needs some suspension work, and so yeah, each time we do something to that and try to upgrade. But I don't want to turn it into a project. Anyway, truck sounds good. Yeah, now back on this bad boy. We got merch, links down in the description below for that. If you have any comments, I love reading you guys' comments, so leave a comment down below. Wheel it, wreck it, wrench it, repeat. We'll see you next time.